Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I'm super excited to be going live today to be sharing a very special experience that my dear friend Aliki had in my upgrade group coaching program. And I met Aliki a year and a half ago, and we've actually since also had some fun ventures making our Venice Girlies videos about all things spirituality and Erewhon and manifestation in Venice. And then Aliki gratefully joined the upgrade and had an amazing experience with 6 other women this past 3 months in the upgrade. And I'm excited to welcome Aliki on to share her experience in the upgrade. And the upgrade is a 12-week group coaching program for women. We go through all your self-limiting beliefs for the first part of the upgrade. Where did they show up? How are they still showing up? Where did they come from? And we also go through how to actually transform them. So we have the awareness of where these patterns came from. And then we go through how to transform them. So you can actually take them through the cycle of transformation and turn them into a new empowered belief. And once we do that, then we can vision from a place of possibility. We can vision from a place of, okay, I'm not actually having these like blinders on that are limiting what's possible, but now I can actually see like the true blue sky, if you will. And so from there, we go through tactical manifestation, and from the tactical manifestation, we create actual action steps to get us living those ideal scenes. We go through things like boundaries and communication and, how to love our shadow, leadership, leading from our intuition and our self-trust and using our emotions as our superpowers. And so I think Aliki should be joined right now. So good to see you. I was just giving everyone a background on the upgrade and kind of what goes on in it, but I'm so excited for you to just tell us yourself.
I'm like, I want to hear more. No, I love it. I will get more upgrade as much as I can. Hi. Yay. Thanks for joining, friends.
It's so powerful. I was just telling the people that you and I met a year and a half ago, actually, with spirituality and Venice Girlies. We're like making fun of it, but we're also doing it.
This right now, Venice Girlies are doing the work. This live, Venice Girlies doing the work live.
Yeah. You guys are wondering what doing the work is. It's this right here.
It's this.
Stage that we created a force field. Anyone who's on is getting like 10 doses of love and light today.
Yeah, feeds full of love and light. Feeds full.
We're doing it right now in real time.
We are.
Wow. What a thoughtful start to the Wednesday. Who needs a morning turmeric latte when you have?
Right. But I do have my ginger tea.
Oh, great. And powerful. Well,
how I start every day.
Wow. What a happy tummy you must have.
That's what I'm trying for.
Everything's upgrading from the inside out.
Hi. And if anybody watching has upgrade questions, type of questions, right?
Yeah. If anybody's watching and you guys have a specific question about what is the upgrade, what kind of work or magic goes on in there, please send it. But I'm curious, for in your own words, Aliki, like, what did you kind of like think the upgrade was going into it, and like what do you know now, being on the other side of the upgrade journey?
I like that. Yeah, I always heard you talk about your upgrade because I was like with you while you were doing it. But I think an interesting thing is I just never even processed it being for me. And I don't know why. But then I realized that I was definitely utilizing things you were teaching me to upgrade my life. From like the first coffee we got. And you kind of taught me ideal scene, which is something, just one of the many wonderful things in the upgrade. But that one thing that you like just casually gave me, like, changed the trajectory of my year. So then when I was like, I have the opportunity to take upgrade, I have the time, I think that's, and I understand people can be like concerned about the commitment, but it's like sometimes the committing to one specific thing can open a lot of other things for life. So, um, I just think I didn't realize it, but then I realized, wait, Meredith has already been helping me upgrade. If I had her every week and I did it with a powerful group of women, I think that's what I didn't realize going in is like that group aspect and the way we all were able to help each other. My mind will always be blown from manifestation meditation week and the next week when we all meditated together and like
Oh, visioned on each
visioned on
other's heights.
each other, but it was stuff that we all couldn't have like known, but connected with each other personally.
Yeah.
I just, I think the group aspect is a really, really beautiful thing that I didn't realize going in.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like the power of like women who want to see each other win, and it's like everybody's elevating together. Because so often we can like, or back in society's days, view women as competition and like pitted against each other. And it's such a beautiful like safe space for everyone to be like, wow, as I like see this for you, it inspires us in me, and we're all like rising together.
Right. It literally proves that. Like you literally prove that over the course of it. But not that I needed that proof. I think I just haven't fully gotten to experience it in such a focused way, such an intentional way where that power is really there from the group of women specifically. I think the way you guided it was so helpful for really helping us actually manifest for each other and feel how you, I mean, I know you literally had us envision like rising up together.
Yeah. It's like full witch energy, but also very tactical, very accessible.
Very applicable to life. Yes, we need it.
Yeah. I laugh because it's like, yeah, with our Venice Girly videos, we like have a like gander at these things, but then it's like there's such fun and play and actually like doing them, and then you're like, whoa, I'm actually also seeing results when we manifest and vision each other rising.
Yeah. Like it actually, something actually physically changes in life. Like things change.
Ooh, I love that.
I love,
That
no,
was a powerful week. I'm
I love it.
I
No,
love
I love it. No,
that.
I'm enjoying the benefits of it. I love it.
Oh my
I know you
God.
love it too. I still live
Um,
in Algeria.
can you? Wow, that's powerful.
Upgrading.
Upgrade global. Um, could you tell us like where you were internally, like with your own beliefs or just kind of the things that you might have been like stuck on or not able to kind of fully clarify for yourself before the upgrade and like kind of the journey of how that shifted during and after?
Yeah, we probably touched on it on our last one-on-one, I think maybe of like, um, I think I went through a big transition in life and like moved to LA and was starting new stuff and would get overwhelmed and didn't fully know I just wanted consistency in my approach to dealing with all the stuff that comes up. And I just had no consistency and would kind of give up, I guess, not have healthy routines and then give up. So it was like, I want healthy habits. I want to actually change things. And I think that's what is so cool. I think before, going into it, we joke about coaching and stuff like that. Like we literally do it in our comedy and it's like, what is it? Um, but I feel like what I learned from this is that it's about taking action to actually change something.
Wow. It's hidden in plain sight.
It's right there in front of you. But it's not so easy to do that. It's not easy at all. It's extremely hard. It's very hard. So that's having the group and having the encouragement. Yes, this is like, okay, it's a weekly commitment. Yeah, you're doing the work, but really like I find it to be the foundational work. So that for me, right, it was so I could go out and do my creative work, do my comedy. It's like literally doing the foundational work so that we can handle our relationships and our work and all of the other things that come up. Because I feel like that, yeah, it helped me be like, okay, things come up. How can we um talk to that? And then I also love how much we treat ourselves. The
Yeah.
reminder to take care of ourselves and even treat ourselves,
Yeah.
noticing patterns. Yeah, noticing the pattern. Guy, it's, you've set it up in a obviously in a way where the order makes sense, and you kind of start with noticing your patterns. I was just looking back on my negative feedback loop stuff from,
Oh,
is that what week
that was
was?
like week 3,
It's week 3, yeah.
early on in the journey.
Yeah. And that was so that totally shifted my perspective, realizing
Yeah.
that my own, yeah, realizing the cycle. Well, hi.
Yeah, I love what you say because it's very true about it. It's very simple. Like I think people think that doing the work is going to be this very long, confusing excavation, and hopefully, and as you kind of describe it, the upgrade it gets to be fun, and it also is just about slowing down and creating the awareness and kind of like listening to our inner child or our shadow self, noticing like why we're perpetuating these beliefs. And because we have the awareness, like you were saying with the negative feedback loops, or when a pattern comes up, rather than to view it as like second nature, maybe not even notice it or be like, why is this happening to me? Be like, okay, great,
Great.
this is happening. I usually yay, the pattern's here, I can go into my battle mode and fix it. Right. Yeah, and then you have the tools to be like, okay, this is the usual choice I would make that would give me these results, which would reinforce I am not enough. So what is this new choice I can make that reinforces the opposite?
Yeah. Right. And mine was I'm not doing enough. And it was the moment of like writing the loop and then seeing the like last thing feed that belief and like actually visual. I'm such a visual person, actually visually seeing that loop into itself that changed something in my brain.
Wow.
It
Oh
was
my
like a
God.
thing where I was like, and then I love, then we go into the positive loop and I was like, okay, so then it works if it's been working negatively. So
Yay. I
that's it.
I have the keys. I have the
So
power.
that it can work positively too, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And with around that time with the patterns, we also did the shadow week, which is kind of giving, acknowledging the patterns, but also giving love to that shadow part of us who wants to keep us safe. We loved her. You and I
Love
did our
her.
doing the work last July of like, what is shadow work? It's just our crazy, crazy friend. But we're not going to shame her.
Yeah, see, and at that time it was all comedy for me, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I was doing it was all
Now
a
it's
joke.
comedy and embodiment.
It was. And I mean, I understand. I think I'm also in an interesting, this is what I want to say. I'm also interesting place because I don't know, time is fascinating to me. I'm someone who feels like I did have big shifts around like 5 years ago, like doing the work, like in the doing the work type stuff, you know? Um, and it's really neat that to see, to be older and have had years and see like, okay, if I don't do the work for years, it changes. Things go the opposite way. So I think I had gotten stuck in a rut because it's like, I don't even know, whatever. I did it before and I'm like, it's not working kind of thing. So why do it? And so I think this was the encouragement and guided. This is the hand holding, honestly, that I needed
Yes.
to, for that reminder of like, yeah, but you did it before, which is a good thing. That means you can do it again. So
Yeah.
I think
Well, and
that
that's
was,
true because I think sometimes we feel like, oh, I did that one ceremony or that one retreat and I had that one breakthrough. But exactly what you say, it's like muscles and going to the gym. If we don't use it, if we don't use it, we lose it. And that's the thing about the upgrade. It's the consistency of showing up every week and
mhm.
letting your inner self know, like, I'm not going anywhere. And then it's like through that consistency, that positive momentum keeps going. Or like you say, otherwise it like atrophies if
Yeah,
we leave it dormant for
which I
so long.
also was experiencing on the physical side of things too. I really needed to actually move my body too. So that also was like my final thing that I got into in the upgrade and has been feeling really great.
Yeah.
Uh,
Going to yoga and
yeah.
running.
Right, I know.
Look at
And then the other thing that I know, look at her. Look at her go. She's going to hot yoga. She said she never would, but she is. Um,
She's a hot
and
yoga girly.
she's a hot yoga girly because she needs that sweat. I Everything was also very aligned because I also had just gotten to a place personally of like all you have to do is show up. So that really helped me that I was already there, and then you reinforced that of like at least just show up each week. I know, of course, and then if you show up, you do the assignment throughout the week. Like if you show up to the thing, then you carry it with you throughout the week. So it's not just those hours. But I also think that's a really important thing to note of like, I had already kind of realized that with time, you can chip away at anything.
Mhm.
So I really love that the upgrade is the whole 12, it's 12 weeks, right? 12 weeks.
Yes, totally.
So you have 3 months. You pointed out at the end, like what can happen in 3 months. And 3 months can feel long, maybe when you're looking at it. But then when you're on the other end of it and you've had all these wonderful changes, like I did all that in 3 months.
Imagine what's possible if I
That
keep
was only
going.
3 months. My whole life
It's
changed.
just one trimester.
It's just one trimester.
Oh,
And I wasn't even nauseous.
yeah, no more, no morning sickness here. Just vibes and manifestation. Pregnant with possibility. Uh,
And we
okay.
talked about the shadow.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring that up because your shadow was powerful. And we were talking about in the upgrade, like it's very my approach, and I hope that you felt the same in the program, is like very playful. And I feel like we can tap into our power when we're playful and all the work doesn't have to be so serious. And so I would love for you to share what came up for you during the shadow week
Mhm.
and your alter ego that you connected with.
Yeah. And also, we should note that, like, even just doing this live is a result of the upgrade, like me being me and not in character right now,
Yeah.
and sharing about my shadow.
A leaky unfiltered. This is the OnlyFans access that we're giving everyone for free. Leaky,
And then
come
that
see a
brings
leaky shadow exposed.
only fans brings me to my shadow. So what came up? So stuff came up, shadow stuff. I kind of can't remember. There's like the real note, but then you guided us to write um an intro for our shadow as if they were a character on like Love Island.
Yeah, and our shadow, for people wondering, our shadow is kind of like the part of us that kind of self-sabotages, or when you're like, "Why do I always do that?" It's like that part of us who acts out, who just wants to be kept safe. Okay,
Yeah,
so as you were, yes,
yeah,
Love
it's
Island
that
bio as we make peace and laugh with our shadow.
right. Yeah, the shadow is that part that we keep in the dark because we don't want to look at it because it's the part we don't like. But I think what you showed us, it can be not so bad to shine light on it, and even you can make it fun to shine the light on it. So after we got it all out in like a more journaling way, and it was us kind of a letter to our shadow, which I'm seeing here, even being like, "Ooh, sorry that I acted like you don't exist." So then after that, I made my intro. Okay, let me let me get into this. My shadow self was, or no, well, this is the intro, but the vibe of my shadow self.
Yeah, of course.
This is Aliki. She loves to bring the drama, the tension, the tears. She's a force of darkness, like a black hole that'll suck you in and pull you apart until you give her what she wants. Spoiler alert, it'll never be enough.
Ooh. I love when you read that in the actual upgrade. It was like mic drop. I'm owning my not enoughness. I love my not enoughness.
It'll never be enough. And it's like, because in that moment, I was realizing, like, for me, for the people around me, like, I'm like, whatever causing tension in my relationship, like, it'll never be enough. And I was like, yeah, that's my shadow's thing. So that's something I need to be aware of.
Yeah. And she's like, let's create situations where you can really enjoy and get off on that not enoughness. But that's the thing. It's like when we resist it or when we feel ashamed of it or suppress it, then it acts out in these unsavory ways versus like, okay, I'm going to bring you to light and I'm going to laugh with you. And then
Mm.
it loses its power over us and it becomes fuel or even potential comedic material.
Yeah, now I'm like, I want to make this. I want us to like be by a pool and make these intros. Like, I want to make the Shadow Island intros. I don't know.
Shadow
I want to.
Island.
It's
It's never enough.
right, like creatures like coming out of the water.
I'm here to cause chaos and remind you of all that you lack.
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah.
I love that. Um, and with that, like now a few weeks out of the upgrade, looking at the Aliki who joined the upgrade, like internally, like what shifted for you, or however much you want to say, like without like being general or specific, whatever you feel comfortable with, of like the tactical things that have like shifted in your life since the
Yeah.
upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, physically, like right now, I'm just loving that I'm finally doing yoga most days again because I have um chronic back pain stuff that I finally got figured out. It's like I'm structurally off. Things
Mhm.
are off, but yoga, a lot of yoga helps that. And like I'm someone who has no interest in ever pursuing other methods to get rid of my back pain. So I need to do that. So that is honestly a big, I think it's the most simple, like physical thing, but it's a big thing because it started from, I think, a pleasure date, like an assignment you gave us to do something that we would really enjoy.
Yeah.
And, that was going to yin yoga, I think. And then I realized, like, I love yoga and I haven't been going, kind of seeing it as like a task I have to do. But really, that's the thing that, and I've circled through this before and I know this, but that's the thing that brings me a lot of joy and relief. And I just wasn't doing it. So that's one major, huge thing because it's not just like, oh, I wasn't doing it for a couple months. Like, it's been years of inconsistent yoga practice. So now to like actually be going almost every day or every other day like my body actually needs is really huge for me. And then um yeah, so I feel like my changing my physicality changes my internal state, but also there's so honestly there's so
Yeah. Well,
much like
to
work.
whatever extent you can share some of the ideal scene magic too, but you can keep it as covert or detailed as you desire.
Right, because ideal seem like we yeah, I'm like it's overwhelming how many things align so incredibly like um even just little things of like money week and like I never thought about like thanking money or that helped heal a lot for me because I think money is like something I was like I don't want to think about.
Yeah.
And so, like a shadow, let's bring it in. And then I like found $11 on the ground outside.
Wow.
11.
Angel number.
And then manifestation week I think is really cool because yeah, ideal scene stuff is very like um me getting to act a lot. Me and I've started acting so much more. And then manifestation week, I went into 2025 being like, I'd like to be on TV this year. I don't know why. Actually, it was really offhanded and weird around New Year's. I really offhandedly was like, 2025, this year I'll be on TV. And I was near my family and like someone was like, really? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah. And then manifestation week was when I was auditioning for the commercial I ultimately got. And so it's so cool because we had our manifesting meditation
Where
where
everyone
you asked
envisions
someone,
each other.
right, and you had asked us what you tricked us into it in the most beautiful way. You like had us all say what we wanted to manifest, and then once we got into the meditation, you kind of started talking about all of our specific things, and it was like crying. It was so beautiful, and you had everybody. You had us envision me on TV, and then it's just kind of crazy because by the end of that week, was shooting that
That was
commercial, and
on
then
during SNL,
it aired during SNL.
which is so huge.
This is one of those things I was like, this is a funny because I'm just like, it worked, people. It
We don't know what's going on in
I don't know
there.
what's going on. I can't specify, but it works. And I don't think it's one of those things where I'm like, it worked for me. I don't know if it'll work for you. I think if you show up to each session, and even I think I even missed one with the fires or whatever.
Yeah, you
like,
missed
like
like two,
maybe
which is
one
pretty
or
typical
two.
for that.
And I watched them, so that helped.
Yeah.
Like because you still get to rewatch it, but I think being there is really powerful. But yeah, even missing two live ones technically, still, uh, everything.
Powerful.
What was the question? What changed? How much time do we have? I'm gonna be here all day.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Maybe
No,
like
good.
another
I'm
another
joking.
5 minutes.
Just saying, like,
Well,
what you asked me what changed, and it's a lot. It's really a lot.
summary. Well, and I think like the key, what you said too, of the manifestation week is like so often in life we can kind of have our like survival brain or focus on what we don't want or what we're afraid of. We're either living in the past or the future. But actually, when we slow down and we focus on what we do want, and then we take the time to be like, what action would help me get there? And we have the accountability of the group. It's like manifestation isn't some witchcraft that happens in the dark of the night. Although it certainly doesn't hurt to do that. But why not? But it also is just getting clear and taking action.
Mm.
Like having an intention and then taking action, which is like you said, if women, even if they don't, I realize it looks like I'm naked. I just want everyone to know there's a shirt here.
I was
My soul is naked. For all of you. But yeah, like what you said of just showing up each week, even if you don't do like the journaling homework, but you just take the action in between, like the results are inevitable.
Mhm.
Um, with that, a few kind of rapid fire questions to send everyone on their way. And of course, if anyone watching has any questions,
Mhm.
it's the perfect time to ask. Um, but how would you describe the upgrade to someone if they're like, what is this upgrade thing and this mysterious portal that you entered to? How would you describe it to a friend?
The way I've been describing it to people, or the way I've been mentioning, is that my big realization, I understand what coaching. It is appropriate for me to refer to it as coaching.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah, it's coaching. My whole life has been what, but now I feel like I understand what coaching is, and I see how useful. Well, with a great coach, it's about taking action and changing little tiny things. Not even tiny, I don't know, but just doable changes, things you actually can change right now. I think that's the key, is you're not like, oh, you have to do this whole thing and this whole thing, and then you can change this. You help, like you said, get clarity. You get clear on what we want and actually being honest with ourselves of what we want and believing we deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
And then taking a little action item. And you don't give us assignments. You ask us, what do we think is an action item we could take this week to get closer to that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's like, I love that you said that because it's holding the mirror for everyone ultimately by the end of the upgrade to be their own coach and to have their own tools because you've connected with your inner child, with your shadow self, with your like pleasure self. You've taken yourself on these dates and like learned to trust your own intuitive pings of like what you need. And I'm just kind of creating the framework and the mirror to help you do that.
Yep. The pings. The ping.
You're back. The ping.
I've been missing. I feel the like I've been in, had times of being in touch with my intuition before and living that way, and I loved it. But I needed to be like resuscitated there, and like I've been listening to the pings, and it is so wonderful. Like they're guiding. They know. We know. It's in. We just have to listen. But there's so much noise, and I think upgrade really helps. Is what helped me clear out the noise and listen.
Yeah. And I feel like now you're a ping whisperer.
Yes.
They speak to you.
They're speaking to me. And I'm hearing someone say something. I said, that's a ping.
The ping.
Act on that.
Ping Central. So last little thing for anyone, any woman listening, and then after you answer this, I'll kind of wrap up and share with people where they can go next if they're interested. But for anyone listening who's like, oh, this seems cool, but maybe I'll do it when this happens or worried about weight commitment, anyone who's kind of like on the fence, but feeling hesitation, or I don't even want to say making excuses, but sometimes we have great resistance when we know we're going to be, you know,
Yeah.
transforming. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence or who's feeling hesitation?
I would say do it. I think do it. Definitely.
Just do it.
Um, I think if like I think if someone is doing a million things right now and they literally know they won't be able to show up, that's one thing.
Mhm.
But if you know that you could at least show up and do even just the session, I think that's what I would say to people is that's what I needed to know going in. And I needed that to not be stressed and to feel to not I'm not doing enough for it to not like, play on I'm not doing enough. Um so I think you know if that is something you can do and you know if you're just kind of resisting it.
Yeah.
But if you know that's something you can do and you're feeling resistance, then yes, this is absolutely that's the call. This is
Yeah.
the thing. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The resistance is the sign.
Yes. Yeah. I think if you look, like I said, if you look at your schedule and it's completely booked up, that's a different sign. And like that different action needs to be taken. And like, but I think if you have that little space, do it because then everything else changes and things fall in line.
Yeah. And it's like almost like trusting in when we are in times of transition or confusion.
Yeah.
The most important thing we can do is invest in ourselves because that's how we start getting clarity for all the other things versus waiting till things are fully like
Yeah.
sorted.
I think that's it. If you're feeling like, I don't know which way I'm going, I don't know which I'm, if you're feeling unclear and in a confusing time of transition, it's actually a really beautiful thing to carve out all these weeks for yourself and to let yourself have that time to genuinely transition and get there the way you want to. I think that's what it was for me, for sure.
Mm.
It was like, I've got a few things in front of me I could do. What's the thing? What feels right? And it was obvious that to do this because this is what opens it up for everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It kind of creates the portal. And if
Mhm.
we're operating from our self-limiting beliefs or what we feel like we can't do, we're not going to see all the other things that are possible because we almost have like blinders on. We
Exactly.
like remove the blinders and then like everything else opens up.
Right. It all opens up. So that's why I think if you're unsure, this is the step one and this is the place to start because everything opens up. And then you get to carry these tools with you into everything you go to. Like now I'm so excited to create in this way, to collaborate with people in this way. It's very empowering.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your upgrade journey, for sharing your shadow side. We'll have to make the shadow island
I
back in LA.
Yeah, when you come back, I think we should. I think we should. I do. I want to make Shadow Island.
Oh my God. So everybody watch this space that this girl who's in it. Um, and I'll share with everyone where they can find next steps. And then if you actually after that wanted to close us out with our 3 breath tip.
Oh my gosh!
Because we always close the portal. If we open it, we have to close it.
No, but I feel like you always do the three best breaths better than me.
But I'm passing the
No,
torch.
you're right. You've empowered me. Let me prove. Let me. But do I think that's what you always say such nice things of like the breathe.
But not we can hear whatever a leaky shadow
No,
feels, whatever's pinging. But yeah, as you said, like if you're feeling the ping or even if you're feeling resistance, this could be the sign. There's a few ways to kind of do the upgrade or like next steps. We're having an upgrade virtual global meetup tomorrow on Zoom. So people can DM me for that link if you want a taste of what it's like to be in a session. And otherwise, you can, if you've been watching, you can message me and I can send you the landing page with information or next steps for a discovery call. And we start mid-April, which is exciting. Okay, so that being said, Aliki,
oh,
will you take us away with our 3 breaths to close the container and let the upgrade portal ripple into everyone else's day from here on out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my gut.
Okay, great. We love that. See, pings in action right here. You guys are seeing it first.
Well, it's getting into a comfortable seat, taking a deep breath in, breathing in everything we've heard today, letting it just sit there, and then exhaling, knowing that you will make the right move for you. Inhaling to embrace all the possibilities in front of us today and in the days to come, and exhaling to welcome that what is meant for us will come to us.
Mm.
And then inhaling one more deep, deep inhale all the way to the crown of your head, knowing that you can stay in your power. And exhaling to soften and show that being in your power can be pretty chill.
Mm. That can be so effortless.
Can be so effortless.
That was so great. I loved it. I felt like it was a little massage for my soul.
Aww.
Thank you so much for getting on here and starting your morning. I'm like, it'll just, well, it'll be a quick 15, but look at us go.
I knew it was going to be at least a half hour.
Once we get chatting. But thank you for my fellow Venice girly, my dear friend, my upgrade graduate,
Venice girly,
my sauna and Erewhon partner in crime, and soon to be hot yoga accountability partner when I get back to LA. And love you so much. Thank you everybody for watching and joining us in this upgrade portal. This was powerful.
Thank you, Meredith. You are very powerful, Meredith. And you remind us how powerful we are, but you're really wonderful. Thank you.
And you are abundantly enough.
Okay, come back to LA. I miss
more
you.
than enough. Love you.
Mwah. Bye.
Hey, you. Thank you for coming on this powerful journey with me. I hope it was as powerful for you as it was for me. And if it was, it would mean the world to me if you rate, review, and subscribe to Powerful Stuff so I can keep bringing you the goods. We can keep going on this transformative journey together. And if there's powerful stuff that you want to share with me, with the Powerful Stuff community, tag us on Instagram at That's Powerful Stuff or The Meredith Baker. And I look forward to seeing you next week for more powerful stuff.